How are you going, guys? It's Jerry B01 here, and I'm going to do a review on iPad 2 and iPad 1. Alright, let's get straight into it. This is Apple's iPad 1 flagship model. When they came out, they were the best things in the world, you know. Like, they didn't have that much features, but they came out in a rush because, you know, other people were creating tablets like these and they didn't want it to be left out, and they wanted to have the rights of being the best things out. So then they just came up with this real quick. And then about a year and a bit later, they came out with this iPad 2. Wonderful things, man. Like, look at that smart cover. You gotta love that. Locks, unlocks, locks, unlocks. Yeah, sorry. Stop messing around with that now. Alright. Yeah, well, this is being filmed on my brand new Samsung Galaxy S2. I picked that up today, right? It's got full HD video recording, so I'm like, I'll make a review. And because my aunt's up from London, well, across from London, and these are both her iPads. She's actually given this to my mum, and she's kept the iPad 2 for herself. Alright. The iPad 1 has the Apple A4 processor chip inside it, and later, when they made the iPad 2, they came out with a A5, which is obviously faster because it's got more numbers in it. And although this is pretty fast, they didn't set it with multitasking as standard, which already came out in the iOS 4 with the iPod Touch 4 and iPhone 4 and all that stuff. But yeah, this is stupid of them because all their other devices that were brand new had multitasking. Although it's still fast, as I've said. Like, they're nice things, not bad for second hand, you know. Well, not second hand, but older models, because they bought out these and obviously they're a lot better. These have 0.2 megapixel camera right here. Don't think you can see that. Right there. Yeah. Anyway, it's got the higher degree Retina display than this. And Apple's iPad 2, the new one that they haven't brought out yet, is going to have even better Retina display. Like that, I don't even know what they're going to call it yet. No one knows what they're going to call it. People are calling it the iPad 3. People are calling it the iPad 2S. You know, 3GS and that. But yeah, and talk about the iPhone 5 as well. There's actually no pictures, no leaks or anything like that released so far. There's just a name and just a very, very rough date. Like pricings, I can't remember off the top of my head, but pricings be about end of this year. Yeah, so yeah, a few weeks before Christmas, you know, great Christmas present. And yeah, well, that's all we know. We don't know if it's going to be called the iPhone 4S or the iPhone 5. We just know there's going to be a new iPhone. Alright, so we're going to get straight into the review of the iPad 2 first. You know, I've had one of these for about a week, and off my mate, and I think these are great things. Like, because they're fast, they're simple, and they're lots of fun. Like, I just couldn't. I went to sleep 12 every night playing this thing, you know. The battery life wasn't as good as I expected, but it was still alright for basically a tablet PC that's that thin. Almost thinner than my Samsung, which is about 9mm thin, I reckon. Yeah, something like that. But this is a 3G and Wi-Fi 32GB model. This is just the Wi-Fi 32GB model in the iPad 1. It's still a good thing, you know. Alright. Smart covers. As I've said, they're awesome little things, like. Alright. Yeah, well. You know, I reckon I'm going to do some speed tests today, so. This is my mum's new iPad, and we were trying to set it up before, and it keeps forgetting the Wi-Fi password. It's so annoying. Right, we're going to open up photos. I reckon there's about the same amount of photos because they're both my aunt's iPads and been set up with home sharing and that. Alright, so here we go. This is iPad 2 has obviously opened it up faster. And I haven't even cleared the multitasking on both of them. Hang on, just let me clear that. Sorry. I'll talk about the iPad one while we're waiting. Well, the iPad one has the A4 chip, which I've told you, and well, it's still basically a great thing. Like it's not lacking anything, or it's got a bit of speed and all that stuff. Like, it's got Game Center, but it hasn't got a camera. That like really lets it down. But it was still #1 selling product from Apple for a few years, because it was so revolutionary. People just kept on buying them, Huh. Well, anyway, they just we'll do startup tests, turn off and startup tests. Hang on. iPad 2's off first, iPad 1 off last, obviously. A5, A4. iPad 1 screen registered a bit earlier. But what I noticed about this is it's really fast startup for like a tablet PC thing, Like, I love these things. I love them. I'm so jealous that Mom got this, But I got my Samsung Galaxy yesterday, so it's all good. iPad 2's already powered up. iPad 1 wasn't that far behind. Like, it's, yeah, basically the same thing. I'll try and open up another app. Let's say iPod. All got the same music, home sharing, that shit. If that one even opened. Definitely the iPad 2, but the iPad 1 was actually in a song, so I'll try it again. Yeah, iPad 1. Clear the cache again. I've watched so many reviews and tests and stuff about these things, and I just wanted to be like them because they're like really awesome, and I just like technologic stuff, Like, I absolutely love iDevices. They're pretty cool, You know what I'd do? I'd actually jailbreak both of these because it's not optimized. Like, the actual iOS, isn't as good as like jailbreaking softwares and stuff. Like, I know this is a very decent thing and battery lasts about 6 hours, truthfully. Apple says 10. What a load of crap. And on this it's a bit lower, but you know, you can get more out of it if you jailbreak it. Yeah. Well, I keep going on about this. I just stopped in between it and kept going on about something else. Is that the SIM card slot right there? That's for the micro SIM. Dock connector, microphone port, loudspeaker port, volume rocker. What is that? Hang on. I have to access this and find out. Psst, can't believe how dumb I am. I'm just gonna call it a side switch. Yeah. Side switch, which you can change between mute or volume, or you can go into a thing in settings and choose whether you're going to make it screen lock or not. Like, there's two choices. We've got a 2 megapixel camera there, available for 720 pixel HD recording, and we got the dual band 3G strip here, earphone port, lock button, Apple logo, pretty sexy. Front interface, back interface. I'm going to go over this. This has lock button, earphone jack, microphone here. I don't know what that's for because it hasn't even got a camera. Side switch, volume rocker, speakers. Now it's on different places, both iPads. Yeah, well anyway, dock connector, home button, bumps and scratches, and there's nothing on that side because it's not a 3G, it's just the Wi-Fi. Alright, and I reckon that's just going to conclude my, preview / speed tests and stuff like that. Yeah, well, can you tell me how I've done? Because, like, I need to know. Like, no one commented on my last video, but that was stupid because I was comparing, iPhone 4 with a iPod Touch 3G, Had no comparison there. Well, I guess I'll make another video soon about these kind of things. I might even review my Samsung. Alright, see you later.